So in this video, we're going to talk about common signs of fraud, what you can do as a board member to prevent fraud, and what do you do as a board member if you see that there is fraud within your community association. So let me start with some of the obvious. So as a board member, you do have a big responsibility to your members that you're doing everything in your powers to protect the association's funds. It's your fiduciary responsibility to do so on behalf of the members. So what are some of the common signs that you see when fraud is occurring? If you see that all of a sudden you're not receiving your financial statements for your association, if you see that as a board member, you're selecting the same contractor over and over, even though they're providing poor quality service, if you're seeing that certain invoices are being approved just by one board member and not being reviewed by other board members, those are some signs that fraud could be occurring within your community association. So what are some of the prevention strategies that you could do as a board member to avoid fraud occurring within your community association? So as a board, you should be having no less than 2 individuals signing the checks for your particular association. Next, you should be making sure that you're having regular audits conducted within your association. While not all associations are required to have an audit, we do highly suggest if you feel that something is going on, you can have an audit done within your association. Next, and most importantly, is being a leader of your community association or being a board member. It's very important that you're conducting your business openly. So if you're selecting contractors, if you're signing contracts, anything that's a big ticket item, we highly recommend that you're approving those at board meetings and you're disclosing to the residents what those particular expenses are. That way your residents see that you went through your due process to select the contractor that you're selecting, and things aren't just big expenses aren't coming out of left field. So lastly, what do you do as a board member if you suspect that fraud is occurring? First thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you're documenting anything that you're seeing that's irregular. So if you're seeing that invoices are being paid to a particular contractor, that they're not being signed by 2 board members, just go ahead and start documenting that process. Obviously, if you're not receiving the information that you're requesting, that should raise a red flag for you and your board. Next, before making any assumptions that fraud are occurring, you want to make sure that it actually is occurring. So what I highly recommend is hire a professional. So hire an auditor, a forensic accountant, speak to a professional, speak to your association attorney, and let them know what you believe is going on and what steps that you should take in order to avoid it or to confirm if it is or not happening. So the next point I want to talk about is confidentiality. So you've already consulted with your association's attorney, with a forensic accountant, let's say, with law enforcement. You want to make sure that this information stays confidential amongst the group of professionals that are working with you on this particular case. Remember that here, it's not until you're proven guilty. And until that process is not done, it must remain confidential amongst the group of professionals that you're working with. The last thing you want is to start spreading this throughout the community, and when you realize that the person wasn't doing anything incorrect, it was just some kind of miscommunication or incorrect coding or something that occurred, and you don't want to find the association in a defamation lawsuit against that individual suing the association. Lastly is reporting. So once you have all your facts together, you're working with the right professionals, you want to make sure that you report it. You've been consulting with your association attorney so they'll know. You may need to report it to law enforcement, but you want to make sure that it does get reported. So in closing, my professional recommendation is that you just take the information that you have, work with the professionals that you need to work with before making any assumptions and spreading rumors within the community. Unfortunately, it does happen many times where it's just rumors. Over the past couple of months, we've seen news articles of actual fraud, so unfortunately that does occur as well. But if you have the proper protocols, the proper professionals working with you, then you can clear any misunderstandings or take whatever action is necessary. So if you're not sure of what next steps you should take, if you feel something is happening within your community, or if you have a little bit of doubt, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. I'll be glad to open up our Rolodex of professionals that you can work with. Or if you're not receiving the information that you believe you should be receiving from your current management company or from your provider, don't hesitate to reach out to us. It would be our pleasure to help you. So how can you reach us? Visit our website, managedbyaffinity.com. If you've liked this video, make sure to give us 2 thumbs up. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel as we have weekly videos coming out. I'll see you in our next video.